Masters Clash, everybody! Let's go! It's finally here, the European tournament. It is going to be awesome. For the next couple of weeks and months, we're going to be here casting the Masters Clash on the European server. We have tons of teams here. I've been talking about it in some of the recent videos already, but it is going to be awesome. And in our first game, which is actually the first round of the first qualifier, we have the Bad Lads going up against Arthas Stroitram. So that's kind of fun because, first of all, the good guys, they didn't make it in HGC. That's pretty much the reasoning of Antihero's team name here. He said the good guys, they didn't cut it, so now we're going for the bad lads, because if the good guys finish last, the bad lads must finish first. That's pretty much all that's happening here. And Team Arthas is, of course, a team that we've already seen back in the days. I mean, way back when, right? Before HGC even, so it's pretty cool that that is happening too. We have Lucio coming in as a quick ban, and also Rexa gets banned out here in Dragonshire. It's kind of fun to have Antihero back in one of the competitive games, and honestly, this is going to be pretty epic. Now, just to let you guys know how exactly all of this works, we have 4 qualifiers in total, so pretty much everybody is trying to qualify for the main event. And in the main event, we're going to have 8 teams. And how we get to those 8 teams, that's the big question. And how that happens is pretty simple. We have 4 qualifiers. The number 1, the team that wins a qualifier, they qualify automatically for the main event. Everybody else in the tournament gathers points. So there's a ranking based on those points, meaning if you participate in every single qualifier and you go far, you will accumulate enough points to find yourself within the top 8 of that ranking. And then there's a seeding based on that top 8, and it's a mini tournament between those 8 teams to determine the final 4. So that's pretty much how the 8 teams for the main event are going to be determined. Might sound a little bit complicated. Just play it out in your mind. It's really quite easy. Bottom line is, if you win a tournament, you're in. If you don't win a tournament, you still have a chance to make it through that qualifier playoff, if you want to call it that. But yeah, it's going to be quite a bit of fun. And of course, we have a lot of European top players here. Some teams, they have not really disbanded, but they have shifted players a little bit. We got, for example, the Hardos now, where we have Harzobs together with Chris. We have Washed Up variation that is playing here. It's been quite some time since we had a tournament within Europe where you had, you know, teams not being drafted by a captain's draft, but coming together. So a lot of things have changed here. Swamgrotta kicking things off right away with the Hogger pick, and we have Chromie here in Dragonshire too, whereas on the side of Team Arthas we are seeing Cassia as a first pick, so we can see a little bit of stacking going on. But it's going to be pretty sick. This is all best of 3s that we're seeing from round number 1 onwards, and it's going to be fun. Trashwing is already in, we get Murden on that side too. And I'm just hyped, I'm gonna be honest. We had the CCL going the entire time, but the problem for me was really that you could see that a lot of the European players were struggling with lag, with the delay that you have there. And some of them performed pretty well still, but you know, when you see someone like Dino play, when you see someone like Tai play, Nick and others, you want to see them on those melee assassins or on those agile heroes that can really dive into the opponent's backline and wreak havoc. And they couldn't really do that because of those ping problems. Now we're on the European server again, and 8 teams are allowed to play. We'll see if some of them jump in. I think in the first qualifier none of them signed up yet. I hope that we're gonna have one of them play in one of the other qualifiers though. But either way, now with Stukov being banned and Malthael also taken out, let's see how the first draft is going to shape up over here. This is obviously all happening on the newest patch as well. There's a lot of heroes that were changed, 22 in total. Most of them just slight adjustments, nothing really too crazy, but we're going to talk about that later. Tai with Dikers and Antihero on Diablo. Okay, so that leaves us, of course, with only 3 picks remaining. But yeah, it should be pretty awesome. I'm happy about this. This tournament is going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. And keep in mind, they are trying to set up a LAN final, an offline final in France. Question is just, is it going to happen because of COVID? But it's going to be a couple of months, so we can hope for the best here. Sonya gets picked, and we have Sylvanas for the red team. The usual Russian aggression that we usually have from those bad boys. And let's see if they can make it work here on Dragonshire in our first map. Still missing, of course, the support on the side of the blue team. So let's see what the bad lads are going to get away here. Heading with the late pick. And yep, there's Anduin. Alrighty. Anduin is in. That's the stage set for game number 1, everybody. Let's jump in. Dragonshire is the map as we are heading into the first game of the best of 3 series here. Let's get going. Game number 1, let's get going. On the left side, Crowd control against Oxygen Esports. I'm pretty sure that that's not quite what's happening over here. So we're gonna have another quick look at what exactly is happening in this one. But yeah, I can tell you that is not a thing. So I'm gonna fix that, but let's introduce the players first of all. We got Anduin, played by Henning, Antihero on Diablo, Rack on Chromie, Tai on Tychus, Svamkarota on Hogger, and over on the right side we got Stork and Sonia. I have no idea how to pronounce that on Cassia, Denado on Muradin, Killer on Brightwing, and Bishops is playing Sylvanas. Yeah, so not 100% certain what exactly happened with the overlay, but then again, don't worry, we're going to fix that in just a moment, and in the meantime, let's have a little bit of a look of what's happening here in the middle of the map. Now, there has been a pretty big patch, obviously, and that patch has also led us to a situation where right now there's tons of heroes that have been changed just in general. So, for example, when we're talking about someone like Hogger, he has seen a couple of buffs, he has seen a couple of nerfs, and that is kind of important at this point because the playstyle on the hero is going to change as this came in. And Blizzard has also in the developer comments immediately said that, well, listen, it was a little bit of an interesting one for them. They found themselves in a situation where they said initially the win rate wasn't really where they expected it to be, but then later on it just started to pop off a bit, so they were trying to fix some things. Hortopult as a level 1 talent, for example, has now severely been nerfed, so they've been going in, increased the cooldown. They made sure that the damage was also a little bit lower on this right now. So a lot of small changes that really came in that were trying to fix not only Hogger a little bit, but also other heroes that got immediately attacked by the patches. And that's something that will have to play out right now, because this is the first tournament that really happens with all of this. Currently, it doesn't really have an impact on the build there either. We still have the Bones to Gnaw on the level 1. Svamkarota is already doing his thing as he's trying to take the camp for the team. And on the other side, we see more or less the same thing. So Bishops is already sitting here. They're trying to get the camp towards the top. Keep in mind that with Rexa being banned out, that's obviously also a really good indicator that the teams still value him very, very highly for that top lane, which we've been talking about in the past too. Cassia, she has also been first picked in this game, has her attack damage reduced a little bit, and even the Lightning Fury damage has been reduced. Just generally speaking, Cassia has been nerfed. Still a first pick in this entire setup. So it's kind of interesting to see that. I mean, she was insanely strong before, and at least for now, the red team just has said, listen, this is going to be one of those things where it's going to be still powerful for us, and Cassia is going to still be strong enough that it's absolutely worth for us picking her here, even in the first pick position. Now for Muradin, when you're looking at him, the build hasn't really changed there either. Muradin is one of the heroes where we probably see the most talent diversity just lately. So he finds himself in a spot where he can be played with the Stormbolt build, which I would say is the build that gets played the most recently, mostly also because the level 4 talent helps you a lot with your baseline quest completion, that then of course translates directly into the cooldown reduction. But already a little bit more damage happening here. Tai starting to jump in too, going for the bigger they are with Tychus and trying to play this one out. And Anti-Hero back on Diablo here. Having him in competitive games again is kind of fun, not gonna lie. We have Arthas with the Slam build, and still in the middle of the map, Svamkarota and Tai as the rotation is still ongoing. Haven't seen a single kill yet, but they're working on it. They're currently 3 minutes into the game and on level 6. But yeah, let's see what else they can actually do. I mean, Tai on Tychus, that's also, of course, another hero that was changed a bit. Blizzard just coming in and saying, listen, we wanted to really, after the attack build got strong, we wanted to also buff the grenade build a bit. We might have done a little bit too much here, so Quarterback has now been reduced the extra damage down to 10% instead of the 20, as you can see right over here. So that's one of the things that has been adjusted, but Tychus is still a worthy pick, especially since with Odin you can control space just incredibly well. We're definitely going to still see him on maps like Infernal Shrines, for example. But also here, Anti-Hero gets attacked, but he also puts Sylvanas into a bit of a pickle here. Can't really provide the kill opportunity though, even with the towers homing in on the hero. Or so I thought, and then for a second it looked like Sylvanas might die after all. As you can tell, nothing really has changed over here. We got Garbage Fire on level 7 for Hogger, as we had in the previous patch. Muradin going straight into the Heavy Impact. at this point, and we got the Poison Spear, whereas the stacks of Cassia are slowly coming together too. And Hogger is hogging it out with Sonya, so the two of them still fighting in the middle, but Svamkrota has to jump out as he was about to get ganged up on. And we haven't seen a single kill yet. Both of the teams playing this out really carefully. Again, if you win the tournament, then you are qualifying for the main event directly. You don't have to go through the point system. You don't have to go through any kind of qualifier playoffs. You are directly qualified. So that's really the big goal here. Win one of the tournaments straight away. Don't go through all the hassle of having to go through a mini tournament, through a single elimination bracket with 8 teams. But just simply lock one of the tournaments in right away and do your thing. 19 stacks already on Muradin. Really good stacking from Denado here, if you think about it. I mean, he has 10 connected already as is, and that's even without a kill, so he didn't get any bonus here. That's where Sledgehammer really comes through as value. Oh, that top side! Damn, son. That was nearly the first kill of the game. But the camps get taken again, and both of the teams are incredibly eager to also walk away with Dragonite number 1. In the mid lane, it's Tri-Schwing alone who's currently trying to prevent the blue team from grabbing something. But the bad lads moving in, and the baddest of the lads is coming in with a quick channel, and the Dragonite is in play. Nicely done. Tyke is already giving Cassia her first ass-kicking of the game, and with nearly level 10 in their hands, there's another opportunity to bring this to the first fort and maybe even take a main structure down. Level 10 abilities get picked up by both of them immediately. The Hoarder pull, despite the nerfs, still being picked as the level 10 choice here for Hogger, and now the move up through the top. Valkyrie has been locked in for the Valkyrie for Cassio, just gets kicked around the entire time. Quest completed, there's the mind control. Anti-hero able to move out, and again, there's the leap from Sonya. Yeah, aggressive playstyle from them here. They need to try and target the backline with this. We'll see if that's going to work out. But time will tell. For now, Leonardo is in a bit of damage. Oh, beautiful jump. But the follow-up is there of Diablo. It's just not enough. The Apocalypse can't prevent the kill. Anduin goes down. Nicely done. Perfect positioning here from Sonya. Behind the bush. Nobody saw her. She jumps in, gets the triple stun off. And that is a triple kill, ladies and gentlemen. Nicely played. Yeah, there we go. Team Arthas, they are murdering. I mean, look at that beauty right here. There's the cleanup as they're jumping in for Hogger. They're trying to go for the third kill, and they get it too. Diablo goes down, loses his souls, and that sets Team Arthas ahead just a little bit, as they now have a level lead over the opposition and are in a place where they dominate the map for at least a few seconds. That allows them to go for the bottom camp and try to push this even further. Now the stacking of course continues. It's true for Muradin, who's at 18 stacks for his level 1 teller, but it's also true for Cassia, who actually misses the Valkyrie here, but they're trying to go for Diablo anyways. Denado can't lock in that Stormbolt, though, unfortunate for him. Damage output, by the way, 20,000 for Sylvanas. Hogger is hogging the top lane on the other hand. I mean, Svamkrota is really starting to take some of these forts down, and that becomes a problem for Team Arthas. They need to be really careful here. Sonya jumping in again, and I'm not quite sure if he's going to survive that. Nope, Hogger is not going to make it. That ragdoll gets scattered across half the screen as Svamkrota dies to the Sonya and Sylvanas gang. Good mind control to set all of this up, but of course that is kill number 4. Now when it comes to kills, they're doing really well. 4 kills to 0, but they are losing out on the top lane. And that not only means that the fort has taken damage, but keep in mind that the fountain was destroyed earlier than that even. So therefore the top fight for the objective is very much so in favor of the bad lads, since they still have their own fountain on the lane, and that's going to make it very difficult for whoever holds top lane to really sustain it. Now with the level 13 talents, an advantage is still in the hands of Team Arthas, but that will be negated in a few seconds by the bad lads, so we'll see how that plays out. Currently all the way up at the top. Yep, Hogger is currently sitting nice over here at the bottom of the map. What do we get there? We have another one taken, so far so good. And here's the shots already being fired as well, trying to get a bit more damage in from Denado, who of course is eager to stack even further, so the Stormbolt later on will be even more effective, not only against structures, but also against mercenaries whenever you want to lock those in. Now Sonya always poses a threat a bit with the leap that she has, Going up against Hogger still at the top. Down here on the other hand, another attempt against Anti-Hero. Oh, nearly the save by Anduin. But that's a double kill against the team. Well played once again, and we're going to check that out once more. There's the Storm Ball, there's the Mind Control. Really well done here from Team Arthas, and now they're following up with even more kills. Yeah, they take Anduin down too, and now the entire bot lane is open, and they're showing no mercy over here. Nice. Really well done. 0-7. We got nearly level 16 now for Team Arthas. And it gets dangerous now. I mean, the bad lads, they're really having trouble to get kills in, even with the combo that they're playing. Tigers, with the bigger they are, was not able to prepare a kill for the team thus far. 41 stacks for Cassia, 10 minutes into the game. Nothing too insane, but of course the girl is starting to scale. And scaling pretty nicely. We have them moving with level 16 into the middle of the map. The bottom fort has already been destroyed. And Sonya can still dish out the damage, whereas Hogger went in for the pummel again on level 13. And this fort pretty much doesn't stand a chance here, does it now? The fountain is already gone, and Bishops can now come in and help the team out too. There's the jump and an immediate pull from Henning. Nicely done. Good initiation by Sonya, but of course, if you don't connect with Anduin and he pays attention, then he's going to ruin that play within seconds. And that's exactly what happened here. Chromie is the only one that didn't die yet. And, well, let's see what we're gonna get. Level 16 should soon come in. Got the Quantum Overdrive right now. Nice trap over here. I like it. And let's see what they can pull off here. Yeah, another kill. That's the first one. Nice. The bad lads starting to come in with kill number 1. Immediately a jumper swamp. Grotta is starting to make his way over too. They're trying for a little bit more, and they're playing ping pong with Muradin. Well done. Yeah, really, really neat. They get the double kill. Maybe Team Arthas overextending a tiny little bit over here. But they got punished for it right away. And this could be the ticket back into the game for the bad lads. Now that we have domination on level 16 as well. Bottom of the map gets pushed very, very aggressively. And this is starting to become fun, because now that fort is very much so toast. As I said previously, the one up at the top is also in some trouble. So they might walk away with 2 main structures that they can destroy here. And of course they're catching up in experience. I mean, they're a level behind still, but it's the same talent right now. So far so good. Hogger topside gets ganked up on again though. Gets crushed right away, went into the headbanger, and he banged his head against a couple too many heroes. Didn't go too well for him. So the red team is currently trying to stabilize again and starting to do their thing. Down at the bottom of the map, what else do we get? We already have them starting to move in with the double camp, but that has to be defeated. Siege Giants are ready now too. Let's check out the damage of what we have. For now, it's 31,000 for Sylvanas. We got 40,000 for Chromie. And camp's taken towards the top left and the top right now. Alrighty. The Chromester, pretty far back. Yeah, but the next Dragonite is going to spawn another 7 seconds. And that's, of course, what the teams are currently playing for. So, should be a fun one. 3 deaths on Hogger. 1 on Cassia, 1 on Muradin. Yeah, the game's not over yet, but the level 20 talent, that could be a problem. If the bad lads don't hurry and force a fight, then Team Arthas is eventually going to move in and take that Storm talent advantage, and of course tries to play aggressive with it. We haven't seen a keep attacked yet. There's still a fort for the blue team up at the top left, but here comes Team Arthas, and I don't really know how the bad lads are going to engage into this. Now they're bringing Hogger in. Careful. Sonya sitting at the sides here, waiting for an opportunity. They move down to the bottom. No, they are facing the fight in the middle. Or at least they're waiting for it. Sonya with a channel attempt. That's not going to work out. Going to be interrupted. Muradin is a bit in trouble. Here comes the light bomb. Apocalypse starting out 1, starting out 2. They're coming in for the play. Bishops again. It's the kill against Tigers. Tigers is down. Sonya with a kill. And now they're going for the Nado. Good wall stun. And Muradin, 80 HP. He gets out, walks into the Chromie trap, and gets murdered right afterwards. But the Dragonite has been taken already. 4 kills to 9. The game is continuing and it is spicy. Chromie picks up a level 20 talent, of course, in a second now. 48 stacks for Cassia. With 2 heroes down on the side of the red team, they won't be able to do a whole lot with that Dragonite. They try to attack the bot lane a bit, and they're splitting the DK and Sylvanas in an attempt to do some damage here. So far it hasn't worked too well, and it seems like the top lane is gonna soon be attacked by, well, maybe, are they ganking up on someone? Nah. Sylvanas made it out, simply Hearthstone back, level 20 is now ready, and as you can tell, down here at the bottom of the map, the Dragonite is attempting to hammer through that wall at least, won't be able to take that keep down, but if we can open that up, that would already be a bit of a victory. At this point, they're still doing their work. We got the Blessing of the Bronze, by the way. Yep, Blessing of the Bronze as the level 20 talent. And Dragonite is down. There's a leap right away. And again, Anduin, that little ass that always ruins plays. The Mind Control, on the other hand, that one was a little bit too strong. Can't dodge it all. Nicely done by Henning initially to save Rag. But, of course, with the death of Diablo, they have to retreat once again. And Swamgrotta, oh my god. He gets out, but that's a kill with a Mind Control again against Tychus. That's the problem. If you have the 20 on Sylvanas, then that cooldown reduction that you have for the Dark Lady's Call is insane. So, yeah, they were able to get multiple in. They got another set of kills. 11 kills to 4, and the pressure is on again. Team Arthas, with all that push power, Mind Control connects, and they delete Diablo. Lord of Terror, my ass. He's down again. Dibbles doesn't stand a chance, and here comes all the aggression through that bot lane, trying to take down the keep. And they don't hesitate. Aiming for the core as well. A 5 versus 3 situation right now. They leap, the Murden jump, and Henning is dead. Anduin is down, and they are trying to go for core, locking in the first win in this best of 3 series. Nicely done so far. Great play from Team Arthas. And the bad lads, at least in game number 1, not finding any success against a strong red team that locks in a victory on Dragonjaya. GG, and well played.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Alright, game number 2, everybody. Let's get things going. So after the initial hiccup with the overlay, I hope that now we're actually set. Infernal Shrines, our second map, and the Russian team is in the lead. The bad lads, they had some moments in the last one, but game number 1 just didn't end their way, did it now? So let's see if this is going to be a quick 2-0, or if the bad lads are coming back and force game number 3. We're in Infernal Shrines now, our next map, and over on the left side, the immediate ban on Lucio. Medivh gets banned out as well, so you got Swamgrotta against you. Don't really want to deal with all of that. And, well, let's have a bit of a look of how this game plays out. Because game number 1, again, it was a little bit of a beatdown, at least initially. 7 kills to 0 is not a good way to start into anything, so that was a bit tricky here. Now, of course, if you lose here, you still have 3 more qualifiers where you can prove yourself. And we're going to have qualifiers where some of the teams don't have to participate in anymore. There's a couple of qualifiers where maybe one of the strong teams just can't play because they don't have some of their players ready. So there's always a chance to sneak that in. But we have a lot of teams that are incredibly strong in this tournament now. And it's honestly a pleasure to see how many of the European players are playing, and also how many players just like came back and checked this out again. So pretty hyped for all of that. Cassia gets banned, and we also have a ban on Hanzo now here on Infernal Shrines. I really want to see if Tychus gets played again. We talked about the grenade a little bit, but let's not forget that one of the big reasons why you would put it in here is also that you want to play a little bit around the Odin, of course. So Brightwing is in as a first pick. And yep, that's it's a pretty high priority for the Fruit Fly. So Brightwing is already locked in, and what do we get on the side of Stork's team? What is he gonna rock now? We got Sylvanas again, and we get Uther. Alright. Yeah. Uther is in, so really heavy support focus now all of a sudden. Yeah. I'm kind of be curious to see what exactly is going to be played out on the side of the bad lads. What they are going to try and rock here. But that is already an interesting setup to say the least. having the immediate focus on supports here from the get-go in Infernal Shrines. And especially that Uther pick in that position, it kind of makes me a little bit suspicious. So right now we got Chromie and we have Leori coming in. So that's already the wave killer secured. I mean, you have already a lot of swing to win that you can use right on the objective. We got Falstad being banned out here, which is also kind of wild. I really want to see what they're going to play now. Because every single thing that we're seeing with an Uther pick for the potential Divine Shield, plus an addition Falstad to negate a Gust, kind of already says, hey, we are going to try and pick something nasty into you. So there's no disengage tool now on the other side. And it will be interesting, I think. Sonya gets banned, so they don't want to deal with that leap anymore, especially when you have the follow-up of Uther. And of course Sylvanas. I mean, Sylvanas with the mind control came through several times for the team, and it really well there. But what else do we get? With the next double pick, I think the build is going to come together a bit. Take out Kane, we have a double support. We have the Uther main tank over here, and we got Malthael as well. By the way, someone also translated it earlier. I couldn't remember it, but Arthas Stroidrum means Arthas builds a temple. So that was one of the things, even in the days before HGC, the team was around. And yeah, it was kind of fun. I mean, members have of course changed a little bit, but Stork still the captain and rocking it. So the Russians with the usual aggression that we already saw with Sonya's leap. Kind of fun. Vala comes in for Tai and Muradin. Alright, so we got the cowgirl in action. Tai, he played that hero a lot in the past. Let's see what he can pull off here. But I'm a little bit hyped to see what they can now pull off with this one. Because this could be interesting. Can they keep Tai alive? That's the big question. I mean, again, he did it a lot in the past. Vala is great on this map. She has the multi-shot build that helps you on the objective and does damage to the opposition. And now we have on the last pick for the team in the lead, it is Tychus. There he is. Talked about him earlier. Odin is going to be in again. So guys, we're set. Let's go. Game number 2 in the best of 3 series. Now our first round of the first qualifier for the Masters Clash. Prepare yourself, baby! We got game number 2, the Bad Lads against Team Arthas. Arthas building his temple, and the first zones have already been set in map number 2. Now we're heading straight in, and on the left side, it's heading on Brightwing for the blue team. Anti-Hero on Muradin, Svamgarota on Leoric, we got Tai on Vala, and Rag on Chromie. It's party time as Team Arthas plays with Stork on Malthael, Denado on Uther, Bishops on Sylvanas, that guy on Tychus, and the other guy on Deckard Kane. Yeah, sorry, I don't really know how exactly to pronounce that. I think someone already pointed it out earlier, but yeah, that is supposed to mean killer. I don't really know. Either way, the guys have done a fantastic job on map number 1. And now, of course, they have to follow up with a second win here. The main question is, could the blue team learn from what happened in the first game? Because let's face it, these guys are still pretty good. All of them are in Grandmaster for what it means these days, but more importantly, there's a lot of experience here. A little bit of HGC experience, of course, also present on the side of the blue team with Anti-Hero, but even outside of that, when you're looking at the players that are playing, they have played after the HGC era in pretty much every single tournament. So it's not like these guys don't know what they're doing, but they definitely were caught off guard a bit in game number 1, and they kind of have to make up for that right now. So it's not going to be easy for them in any way. Top side could be the first kill, and yes, there it is. Tai locking it in easily. The Winions nearly coming through with the kill against Leoric, but that didn't really help. Now down here we got Denado doing his thing, and at the bottom of the map, Morenas on his Tychus. Starting with the first camp, the 1 minute marker has been reached. The camps appear on the map. There was some pressure at the top, and Muradin was even waiting in the wings, hoping for Bishops to make a wrong move here and come in with a direct rotation that could be reacted to. That didn't really happen. So now he's aggressively roaming the map in the attempt to sniff out what's going on at the bottom camp, get a few stacks together, and maybe even apply some pressure. But Team Arthas, no problem for them, playing this out quite nicely. Now again, we have a double support in this case. Uther has played as the main tank, so they were watching a little bit too much in A apparently. But let's see if they can make it work. That of course means also that you have quite a few tools that you can use in order to make Malthael's play a little bit more impactful, especially if he goes into his Tormented Souls. Divine Shield would be there. Problem of course is you don't have the nano boost on Ana. And the Fruit Fly got snacked baby. They snacked it up. Easy peasy. Brightwing down. Insta-kill against that little bastard. We got the shielding potion in, and also the bigger they are. Whereas Vala, as usual, goes into a multi-shot build. So we're gonna see her with all that damage on the shrine. Chromie down here at the bottom of the map. Also, of course, doing her thing. But yeah, I gotta say, it's a sexy setup that we're seeing here already, with a kill initially at least for them, so that's already good. Deckard Cain was of course another hero that got touched in the patch a bit, but as I said, most of the heroes that were adjusted in the patch have only seen small changes and nothing else. But Deckard Cain with a level 20 is actually kind of interesting, because his more nados on level 20 adds another charge now, and that can be pretty impactful, to say the least. So some of the guys have immediately said after playing him for the first time, alright, I'm a Deckard Cain main now, and that's pretty much what we're seeing here. Lucio, he has moved into a first ban position, at least in this series, as you could see earlier. He has seen multiple changes that are highly impactful here. But right now, let's see what else we're gonna get as the first objective is being fought over. The top camps are of course colliding. Let's see if someone gets the upper hand here. In the middle of the map, it's the blue team that walks away with most of the stacks here. That's of course also thanks to Leoric and Vala, both of them really delivering. But they're starting to close the gap a little bit, and also Leo is low. Bishops is following up on it, but Tai is still totally fine and can deliver another big punch here, whereas Rag on his Chromie is just shelling the shit out of them from the backline with one hit after another. Then play, and the kill as Muradin goes just a little bit too deep. Bishops finds himself toe-to-toe with Tai. Punisher is taken, the blue team successful. They lost the hero, but they win the objective itself. There we go. So now they can try and make the play here. Level 7 talent is ready for both. As usual, we now also have the melting point for Tychus. We got the Emerald on level 7. Vala has moved through with the Arsenal. Top side gets attacked as Sylvanas is attempting to set up a push. Svamgroda gets a bit of an assist though. And Malthael, he really needed to move out of this one. That could have become dicey if Brightwing was in range for Polymorph. Thankfully for him, that's not the case. But let's see what else we're gonna get. Oh, Bishops! Get wrecked! Hashtag not my war chief. Sylvanas down immediately. 2 kills against 2. It seems that the blue team has found their rhythm. This is a very different game than what we've witnessed in game number 1. And it could be a lot of fun here. Honestly, at this point, I kind of want to see the game go to 20 because I really want to see the more nados for Deckard Cain. I've seen a couple of clips, of course, as all of you have, and some of the top players there in action. And it seems like the 20 is just absolutely ridiculous. At least can be. So now that we're looking at camps claimed all over the place by the bad lads, they're setting up more pressure on the lanes and forcing, of course, Team Arthas to move around that. Nice done. Bigger they are. Anti-hero gets burned down quickly. Jumps in again, looks for the Stormbolt, and is sitting currently at 7 stacks on his level 1. Alright. 2-2, nearly level 10 now in for the teams. Regards of the builds, we by now, by the way, also have the Hand of Protection. And Malthael up at the top. Okay, down at the bottom of the map. Another camp could be invaded in just a moment. Tai could sniff that out too. Muradin finds them. Alright, but again, there's Tychus, and he just chunks the 8-point pool of Muradin. Yeah, Muradin is gonna have quite some problems with that Tychus setup here. Now, they got the early level 10, but both of them have now the heroic abilities. There's no surprises that we're seeing right now. We got the last rights for Malthael, no Tormented Souls, as I said. They don't have Anna with him, so they can't mana boost it. We also have the typical initiation from Leoric with the Buried Life later on after 20. For now, it's the Entomb that he's going to try and drop. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen there. But it is way more even than what we've witnessed in game number 1. I mean, 2 kills against 2, both of them on level 10 at the same time. Nobody really got the upper hand here. Our 2 side laners are rotating between the lanes in an attempt to make sure that they're gonna lock in. Nice kill against Uta. That they're gonna lock in the extra experience for the team. And we have quick kills. We have quick kills, snappy decisions that are being made here. And yeah, it's kind of cool. 3 kills to 2 now. And they really pressured the bot lane now, don't they? They want to take the fountain down. Again, if you can, always drop that fountain as quickly as possible, especially if the next objective spawns there. In this case, it's not really spawning at the bot side, but again, dropping the fountain is never a bad idea, and they can even follow up with the destruction of the fort itself. Muradin, anti-hero, yeah, in good old tradition, still riding the pleb horse here. Never anything else. And Vala is sniffing out some extra damage. Denaro is coming in, the sleeper setup from Deckard Cain. Gotta be careful though. And, well, in we go. So, let's have a look. Top side, Leo, he already moved the lanes in. Yeah, that's some experience that has to be caught. And in the meantime, Svamkorota is busying himself at the shrine. There we go. Yeah, it's a good start. It's honestly a really good start for the bad lads. They're slowing down the rotation to give Leoric a bit more time at the top side to get the stacks together. They have a lead of 19-1 as the fight starts to break out. And of course also a tiny advantage that they were holding for just a second in the experience, which doesn't really help. This is not a level 13 time that we're talking about. Mind control, and Muradin gets wrecked. And immediately Sylvanas engages even deeper into the fight. The Entomb misses. And I said it before, but I have to say it again. Muradin has a problem. It's a big problem. It's called the bigger they are. And with not only the stuns on Uther at the front, and they got Kayn always attempting to lock him down, you got Sylvanas with the mind control. And when Bishops connects it, then Minardo has the perfect setup here with his Tychus play to lock it in. And now they're taking the lead again. They're going in with Deckard Cain once more. They're getting the last rights kill against Ty. That's the end of Vala. 4 kills to 3, and the snowball continues as Leo falls. Nicely done. Job well done. Look at this. Beautiful. The kill with the last rights, and then they go straight in for Leo. There's of course a bit of B-step action that's happening, but that's 5 kills in total against 3. The level 13 talents are now ready, and the blue team is on the retreat, especially with Sylvanas now disabling the structures. The impact of the Punisher is just a little bit too much over here. They have 5 back up on the map, but it is real tricky right now for them to do anything about this. Now, the top fort goes down. We already have Malthael on the way back down to the bottom of the map. There's pretty much a triple wave at this point. Nah, double wave. A couple of outliers too that he can take care of. Huge chunk of experience. Insane chunk of experience over here. And of course, between all of this, we are still having the move for the mid lane. After the top fort has been destroyed, they got a chance to move into the middle of the map and do a bit more damage here. Tempered by Discipline, by the way, on Ty's level 13, so not going for Gloom over here. Dodges out on the mind control. Good for him. Maybe the Entomb. There it is. After the slow. Nice. Deckard Cain comes in and helps the boys out. And Denardo has no real problems. Ah, well, Murray coming in. Could have been one. But instead, it's Vala that's dead again. Didn't see that one coming, did she now? That's an easy kill. And there's the Divine Shield. Last rights, baby. And a big hit and a second stack from Malthael and Tychus. 2 stacks, 10-second cooler reduction on the last rights. Nicely done. And that was solid. 7 kills to 3. Initially, it looked like it was more of an even playing field between the two teams, but now Arthas is building their temple further and further. Team Arthas on the move. Now they want to make it a 2-0. They get the camps, they are at the bot lane, they're really trying to take every single one of these forts down based on those few fights that we're able to take. And if they can get some follow-up kills and really stagger these deaths on the opponent's side, that would be a nightmare. Stalk has to move out here. Ty gets attacked, vaults out, barely. But down here, as you can see, it's going to be the end of the wall at least, and also some damage. Again, Svamkorota missing the Entomb. Yeah, used to that NA delay and NA ping by now, huh? Yeah, you gotta readjust, I suppose. Or whatever's going on there. But either way, Benediction is now in. We have on level 16, on top of that also the armor-piercing rounds, evasive fire, and the Scroll of the Stone Curse this time. Nice damage against Malthael, but it's not enough. Instead, they are trying to go for Svamkorota again, but he ghosts out. 16 talents. They are, of course, the big game changer in these fights now, and makes it really difficult for the bad lads to make any kind of move here. But it's getting nasty. Another camp gets taken. I mean, of course, the world's the oyster at this point, or at least the map is. As we are seeing the bad lads just playing super passive. And they got to. They have nothing else to do here right now. They need to soak the 16. There's no reason for them to engage into anything else either. Maybe you can make an argument for holding the bot lane and trying to maintain control over the fountain, since there's none on the other side. So if you make sure that you hold on to that until the objective spawns, then you have the upper hand in the fight itself. We also have both of them now going straight for the camp, which can be a little bit risky at times. I mean, you really need to take this one as soon as you can. Anti-hero now coming in too to help secure this. But there's level 16 in just a moment. Then it's another 20 seconds until the objective is up, so it's all Gucci. And we'll see where we're going to get with that. Alright, over here, yeah, they are trying to force the fight. Careful, careful. No, not like this. Oh, just before 16. The mind control, the last right, but he makes it out. Oh my god. What a setup. The mind control connects again, and they are burning so many ults to force that fight before level 16 talents are ready for the bad lads. But Anti-Hero makes it out, and now they can re-engage into the battle. Muradin, of course, he doesn't have his avatar available anymore either. Brightwing still can go for a little bit of a blink here. Muradin, he's low. Can he jump? Yeah, he makes it out. Makes it out again, but Tychus is dead, and Svampgrota comes in with another swing to win, goes a little bit deep, the mind control hits him hard, and he falls too, but that's still a better setup for the bad lads. Leo is going to be back much faster, and everybody's low on the other side. The bad lads are coming in, and they are showing their bad side. 5 kills to 8. They got the control over the shrine. They had that fallback option with the fountain that I've been talking about earlier. It wasn't destroyed. That gave them the lead. And now they have an opportunity to maybe bring this one back. Insane. Muradin surviving all the way up at the top. That was the first one, and then he survived again just down here at the bottom. They're saving this. They're waiting it out. 37 stacks. Not going to go for the entire channel, and just as I say, he takes it anyways. But they have to defend the top lane now. They got to. They're clawing their way back into the game, don't get me wrong, but they have to react to this. This is pretty much catapults plus camp plus Sylvanas. It's just too much to deal with. They're trying to stop it though. There's the jump. Where's the storm bolt? They need it. They're waiting it out, and that's the end of Sylvanas. The old man telling his stories again, but now he's gonna get punished for that shit too. Nobody wants to hear your shitty stories, dude. Way too boring anyways, and it's always the same story as is. So yeah, nice kills as we have the push down here at the bottom. Good old Stormbolt setup against Sylvanas, and then Deckard Kane, he gets crushed as well after we saw that engage. Nicely done here. 7 kills to 8. 1 level lead for the red team. Now, top has taken a lot of damage and still does. They need to take the catapult down, and they barely do. But they can push to the middle now. They have finally opened up the map a little bit. They find themselves behind an experience, but the bad lads all of a sudden have a chance again. They got a chance again. They have an opportunity to come back into this game. It's a small one, and it all hinges on the level 20 and their progress there. But we'll see what they can do with it. So for now, we got at the bottom of the map a bit of experience to be picked up. They're closing the gap. They're closing it quickly. They have camps they can take now too. That's also super important for them as they control the map, make the best out of it, take what you can. They're taking the Khaldor at the bottom, and Vala is currently busy on the one over here. So there we go. But a little bit of a flank attempt. Heading. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, there's the Fruit Fly Commando. The pest control is in the game, and the Fruit Fly is dead. Down goes the fly. Yeah, Brightwing is dead. I don't know why they are fighting here. I really don't. Brightwing dying is not the end of the world. Brightwing can come back. They are not getting that kill, are they? They're losing Leo. I don't know why they're still engaging. I mean, Malthael isn't here, granted, but still. I don't think that's really the fight to take. Yeah, now they lost Leo. I mean, again, that in and of itself is also not the worst thing that could happen here, but they're gonna lose the kill top keep now. Oh, hello, old timer, careful where you're going. Yeah, level 20 is ready. I think they could have just backed off after Brightwing fell, because Brightwing would have been able to global in anyways. But either way, if they get the kill, it would of course be great. Now, just don't feed them anymore. You tried it, it was worth it maybe, high risk, high reward, whatever. But now you need to wait for the level 20 and for Leo the Brightwing to come back. You lost the top keep already, there's nothing to win here. Nothing to gain at this point. Mid lane, yeah, a bit more damage is being done as we have the Khazwas coming in. Wall is not going to fall, but again, can crumble it a little bit, damage it slightly. And, well, what else are we going to get? Top side, still sitting tight here. I mean, also coming back to the damage numbers for just a second. Vala sitting at 38,000. It's not really too crazy. Chromie is, of course, just murdering from the backline with 60k. But there's the Shrine up at the top side. And I got bad news for all Bad Lads fans. Because, well, as you can see, right here, there is still a fountain available for the team in red. Now, Deckard Cain, unfortunately, no more Nados in this game. No, he's telling stories as usual. Buried Alive gets dropped. Svamgrota, he is pretty much 1 for 3 or something like that. Like, I don't really know. That, on the other hand, is a nice setup. And goodbye, Malthael. Yeah, that was a bit of a fail. And Deckard Cain also is telling his stories to empty space right now. That doesn't help either. Then again, they're trying to make a play for Henning, but they can't. Oh, this is falling apart quickly for Team Arthas. They are in trouble, and Tychus is gonna die. They might even get more here, but all of this is happening in the tower range, so they're chipping in some damage too. Svamgrota is down, but Uther is eating the Stormbolt, and Chromie says, thank you for the layup, baby. I'm gonna dunk that one in, and hits him hard. So, yeah, Death down here likely is not gonna do too much. But up at the top, that fight continues. 10 kills to 11. We're having an insane late game, guys. Deckard Cain gets abused again. The mind control is in, but the Fruit Fly is still alive. They're trying to go for Anti-Hero, who locks in another Stormbolt. And Uther, just after he came back, thanks to the redemption, is dead too. Henning saves Mirrodin, and the fight continues. Mad momentum now all of a sudden from the Bad Lads, but they're losing their core. Catapults are in, and it is Winion time. Shot after shot gets fired, and this wave just doesn't do enough. 78%, but they take the fight, they take the kills, and they take the Punisher. Middle of the map, the Sylvanas Malthael setup. Is trying to do some damage here, but they are stopping it cold. This is an insane game here towards the end. Ooh, Stormbolt trying to predict the position a little bit. Rewind, goes for the next one. There's the mind control, but Ty comes in, and Malthael gets murdered. Malthael is down, and now they're trying to go for Sylvanas. One Stormbolt hit, and she is dead, and that's the end of Sylph. Up to the top, Punisher has been taken, and oh my god. The red team, guys, they are falling apart here. They're trying too hard, they're trying too much. They're going from one kill into another. They just try to be aggressive, getting a counter kill somehow, and it just doesn't work. I mean, Vala even committed to the Frost Shoulder level 16, didn't even go into Manticore, trying to aim for more control in these fights, and it's really working out. Still the Farfly Quiver now, but just look how they're crushing through the bot lane. At the top, the Punisher is starting to take the fort apart, but they want to go for game. It's 30 seconds until Malthael and Sylvanas are back to business, and this might just be the third game of the series. There's the Buried Alive. Finally it hits. They go for Denardo, but they can't take him down. The shields have fallen on the core, and Team Bad Lads all of a sudden about to take game number 2. Looking much better here. They came back. Insane comeback in game number 1. What a first round here at the first qualifier of the Masters Clash. Awesome games. GG and well played. Game number 3, let's go! We got the 1-1. The Bad Lads came back big time on map number 2. Team Arthas struggling a little bit towards the end there. They were hyper-aggressive. They were maybe a little bit too aggressive. They were just feeding into them, trying to get that kill, and they just couldn't. They were attempting to use Sylvanas more to push after they realized that they would lose out on the top protector, the Punisher. But yeah, it just didn't go their way. Now, Lucio is still banned. Same is true also for Medivh, as you can see here. But now that we're heading into game number 3, let's see what else we're gonna get, because this is really the big one. This is a single elimination system for the qualifiers. So all of the games are best of 3s until we're reaching the semifinals and the grand final, where we have best of 5 matches. But you can of course play next week again, but if you want to make it through, you need to lock that win in. So let's see what we're actually going to get with that. Right now we got the ban on Hanzo, and we got Cassia again as an early pick for, if I'm not mistaken, that's Moreno. is the name of the guy. So, what exactly are the bad lads starting off with? They really like the beefy tanks. We have seen Muradin, we have seen Diablo from them now. Henning with a very early commitment also to the support earlier, which is another one. But there's a Rexa, and yes, Brightwing again. Henning locking Brightwing in. The Fruit Fly gets picked again, which leaves us, of course, with the next 2 picks on the side of the Russian team, from which we can expect some aggression. Jimmy with the potential Exterminator is still up. You could technically also... I mean, again, anything that really does the damage against the Immortal is nice, or that helps you out in a stalemate situation. One of the heroes that we mentioned in the past for that is also Li Ming, of course, but it's really quite transparent that Sylvanas is the hero to go to for Team Arthas here. Bishops is locking her in whenever he can, lands most of his mind controls too, which is kind of sick as well. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out for them. For now, the bigger part is what exactly gets banned here. Do you try to ban out some of the immortal damage, for example? Can still also ban around the supports a little bit if there's something on the other side that you don't want to run into. He really didn't like that Sonya in the first game, did they now? Want to keep the backline alive a little bit longer. So yeah, Sonya gets banned again. It's kind of cool still. But it's a typical Russian draft. It's like aggressive the entire time. I mean, ever since Heroes of the Storm came out, the trademark of most of the Russian teams was always that they like to play incredibly aggressive. And that was just super attractive playstyle that was fun to watch and also gave them a lot of success. The good old 5 times blood for blood combo in the days of Stork and Sevkaja on the same team, when they came up with that stuff, and it was just nasty. So that got patched out quickly, but right now they're still looking for that aggression and they're finding it. Now we got also a ban on Vala, which would have been another potential pick for the bad lads on this map. But there it is, the Li Ming pick that I talked about earlier. And Anti-Hero is playing AGC. A little bit more of a lower HP hero than he picked previously. So before we saw the picks into Muradin and into Diablo, now he's going to try his luck on ETC, which is of course great for the stun setup, and he can really prep something for Misha to engage, for Brightwing to come in with a polymorph. But at the same time, you got to be a little bit more careful where you engage, or you're going to be burned down quickly. Anduin is in again, and Chen, it's keg time, baby. Oh yeah. Keg time for Team Arthas. And, well, let's see. What do we get for Rag? What is he going to pick? Last game. It's the last game. This is the one for all the marbles. This is the one where you have to lock it in. What are we going to get from them? What are the bad lads going to claim now? They need some damage. Mortal damage would be even greater if they could get that too. Alarak, okay! There we go. I'm a fan already. ETC and Rexa to set it up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready. Game number 3. It is still the first round of the tournament and it is going to be fun. So let's jump straight in. Battlefield of Eternity, our third map between the bad lads and Arthas building his temple. Game number 3, the final map in the series. On the left side for the bad lads, it's Henning on Brightwing, Rag on Alarak, we got Antihero on ETC, Svamkarota on Rexa, and Tai is playing Li Ming. On the right side of the map, we got Team Arthas with Stork on Chen, Denado on Muradin, Killer on Anduin, Murano, I think it's Moreno on Cassia, and Bishops on Sylvanas. Okay, party time. A lot of stacking going on here too. And I'm still chuckling inside a bit about that team name of the Bad Lads. In case that you missed it earlier, so pretty much Antihero was back in the days of HGC part of the good guys. And the good guys got pretty much murdered, so he just said, hey, if the good guys come in last in HGC, then the Bad Lads have to succeed in the Masters Clash. So that's pretty much a theory behind the team name. And I mean, in game number 1 it didn't really turn out that way, but if they can decide the best of 3 series in their favor, that would count, I suppose. Well, they could make it into the main tournament through any of the qualifiers, I guess, and it would still count. But either way, we got Rexa up at the top now going up against the Panda. Down here at the bottom, already damage against Bishops, who's starting to get focused a little bit more so than previously. Won't have as much freedom on this map as he did on others. And I am very, very eager to see Rags play on Alarak. There's definitely some real damage potential here and good follow-ups possible after a slide from anti-heroes, etc. Tai, of course, also can get those resets, and it is going to be a lot of fun. Either way, we got the Thunderstroke now. We also have the Perfect Storm over here. Up at the top, Stork is doing his thing against Svamkarota. The main action will very likely center around the bottom of the map, as the teams are both trying to get the first camp going. Denado is sitting here. Alright, Morenas, careful. Needs to be very cautious on his Cassia. But exactly, this is this combo setup, right? You have so much CC that you could technically use that you have to be very, very careful how you play it out here if you are not having a cleanse on your team. Now, there's always Anduin that can pull you out with a trade, but that cooldown is, of course, also not always available, so very, very careful how you play this one out. Yeah, this one is for all the marbles in qualifier number 1. The losing team is going to drop out of the first qualifier and will have to try again next week, whereas the winner moves on to round 2. Yes, this is still a round 1 match. I know, it's been pretty intense, and we have a couple of top players here. I mean, again, for everybody that believes in Storm League ranks, these are pretty much all Grandmasters that we have right now. But of course, as I mentioned before, there is also HGC experience on both sides in the game. Oh, there's the pull right there. And here's the level 4 talents. Alright, and no negatively charged. The Chaos reigns instead. And we have on level 7 now the Charge Blast over the Triumvirate. Muradin, of course, on this map more so than on any other, is going straight into the Storm Bolts. And here comes the slide. There comes the follow-up stun. The body block attempt. Stork gets out. Got a little bit of a beating at the top, but he makes it out alive, which is what really matters here. Maybe they delayed the jump of Misha by just a little bit, but I honestly don't think that they would have gotten the kill here. I mean, either way. For now, we have the objective up on the map. They're trying to go for the Panda again, but this time it seems that Svamkarota is on the receiving end of the beating because, yep, there's a lot of assists for the opponent's team. Henning, on the other hand, comes in to help out. The Fruit Fly. The honorable Sudoku to save Svamkarota, but they get a kill! Do they get the second? Anduin, he's low! Nah, they don't. But they trade Brightwing for Stork's Chen. And Brightwing can maybe jump in again. Whereas at the bottom of the map, guys, there's a double camp right now. That is actually tricky. This is a problem. And Sylvanas is currently attempting to deal with that, so Bishops is already underway, which means that the rest of the red team has to play defense over here. Blue team, the bad lads, are coming in to take the halftime show. And they should be able to get this one easy peasy, as they are trying to make their play now. 103 sadism for Alarak. Again, ETC gets attacked, but he makes it out. At least so far, good combo from Alarak. And everybody has to head back home right away, which opens up the Immortal once again for the bad lads, and they take the halftime show. Yeah, if you're Team Arthas, you are probably thinking right now, we might have been able to lock this down in game number 2. Now we gotta be careful, because so far they haven't done any damage to the blue team's Immortal. That could become dangerous if they lose this one with a big shield for the bad lads. 9 connects on the Storm Bolts. Actually, not quite true. 7 connects. We have 9 stacks now in total. After level 4, Murden didn't connect a lot here. Level 7 talents are also a bit faster for the bad lads, which gives them the advantage now in a potential team fight. So, yeah, let's see what they go for. By the way, we got the easy prey into the hungry bear over here, plus the aspect of the beast. So a bit more of a focus on Misha that we're seeing now. Moreno is starting to do some damage at the left side, but they are now moving in to take this one down. Full commitment nearly. They should claim it easily at this point. I get forced back a bit as Cassia joins the team, but still, it's so low already, and just look at Tai. He's just getting one combo in after another. There's no denying it. This is a massive Immortal for the bad lads, so Team Arthas might be in trouble here. Yeah, that is kinda roughly. At this point, what do we get? We have at the top side already the push straight in for the wall. Currently looking at the bad lads with the potential to take the fort down, which will of course be big. Blessed Recovery is in. We also got the elusive Brawler now on level 7, and it's party time! I mean, this is really the moment. Brightwing gets attacked at the bottom of the map, has always a chance to global in towards the top. We have Misha with this mix as well. The entire wall is going to go down for sure. The only question here is really, can you take the fort down, yes or no? And the shield on the Immortal is definitely big enough to make that happen, especially with Misha now moving in too. Now Brightwing is still holding the bot lane. as much as possible, but this doesn't really look good for the top lane at all. Team Arthas is having some serious trouble here. First, Immortal is already dropping the fort, and Brightwing was still holding on to the experience at the bottom of the map. They take the minion wave. They have an entire level lead right now. It's a kill for a kill, and they are looking pretty good here. Like, very, very good. Chen is playing this safe now. He's not moving out on the map. He knows that there's a rotation coming towards him, quite likely. So that's what they're currently trying to do. 19 stacks on the baseline for Muradin as he gets a few more together. Cassia stacking nicely, 37 for her. 6.5 minutes into the game. That's not too bad, not at all. But the level 10 ability for the bad lads is huge. It's gonna come in just a few seconds, and then they have a chance to go for the second fort of the game. I mean, with level 10, they can push this in easily. And if you take both of the forts on the lanes down this early in the game, it makes it very difficult for Team Arthas to have any sustain outside of them heading back into the base and tipping the fountain there. It's a bit of a beatdown by the bad lads so far. I mean, they're doing really, really well. Honestly, it kind of feels that game number 1 they were half asleep, game number 2 they started to wake up, and now in game number 3 they finally hit their final form or something. So we got only a kill for each team, but it's a massive difference between the two, simply because of the fact that they took all of these structures down. ETC was hoping to also lock them down a bit further up at the top where they went for the camp, couldn't though. But here comes Muradin. Can they get the kill? The boars get unleashed. Denardo, the save, the slide, the kill and the reset. Li Ming is able to take Muradin down. They get another kill, and yeah, they are farther and farther ahead in this game. It's actually Rexa that has the most damage now. He found himself in that 1-1 situation with Chen the entire time, and that led to a big exchange in damage numbers. Just padding the stats a little bit, but hey. 2 more hits, 1 more hit actually with Sledgehammer on level 4, and we're gonna have the quest completed for Muradin. So he's gonna be happy about the cooldown reduction and the Pierce. Yeah, and now that the Immortals are up, this is really where Team Arthas has to bring it back. Team Arthas has to bring it back now. Triple Panda, no top keg plays in this game. I'm sorry to say, there's not going to be any top keg plays in game number 3, but we're going to see some Triple Panda action. Yeah, there we go. And Sylvanas is dead instantly. Melted away. Melted by Alarak and Li Ming. And now they're trying to go for the fight again. Panda at the top is also in trouble. Stork is completely body blocked. Doesn't stand a chance over here. Also an interrupt on his ult. Couldn't even go for the triple. And that's a huge problem. Yeah, honestly, they are getting crushed right now. They're absolutely getting crushed. This was the map choice of the blue team. And you can tell why. You can absolutely tell why at this point. They are murdering this one. They could walk away with not only the objective, but also on top of it, a level 13 talent advantage as they're pushing for the next one. This is so incredibly dangerous. We're 10 minutes into the game and Team Arthas has already lost both of their forts, which means that this is going to head straight towards the keep. We're having a 50% shield on this, and they were able to keep the aggro on the camp. Therefore, we're going to have now the bot lane attacked by a camp, by the Immortal, and the team. Now, they need to head back to top off some of the mana, so the rest of the team needs to play defense for the Immortal, but that shouldn't be a big issue either. Actually, as it turns out, they just headed back and hit the fountain. They didn't have enough time for all of this, but still. Antihero already with ETC trying to set themselves up at the side. I would be surprised if Team Arthas gets caught by this, but still. They're, of course, trying to make their play at the top now, too. There's the fight. There's the slide. And it's time for Denardo to jump out or die. Makes the move out. The Panda's going for his little threesome over here. Playing the triple. And now, well, we could maybe see that fight. But the kill as again Tai gets a reset. And now that's the end of Cassia. Oh my god, what? Yeah, there it is. There's the kill. But holy hell. Good old Anduin, always ready to ruin a play. But there's the triple kill as we have Muradin going down too, and you can guess what's going to happen to that keep now. Keep is also going to get murdered, and the only question here is really, can they go a little bit farther than that and even end the game? I don't think so, because the death timers are so low, but then again, they just killed Anduin. So now it's only 2 heroes on the map. They might just be able to pull this one off. It's not going to be easy though. Death timers, as I said, are low. Good engage. There's one down. The Panda kills ETC, but 84% on the core. Now again, this is how all of this started. I mean, check that fight out down here. First the save on Cassia after the mosh pit, but then they followed up and were still able to get the kill. And on top of that, of course, the follow-up. Cassia, Muradin, and Sylvanas, they all die. Now we have 84% on the core only. Big fights happening. The defense was successful, but again, death timers were super, super low, so that was, of course, a huge advantage for them in that fight. 8 kills to 2, but holy hell. Tai is sitting at 22,000 damage on Li Ming. Doesn't really sound like much, and if you look over to the red team side, we have Cassia with a lot more, but again, it's kills that really matter at the end of the day, and that's what he delivers. Now they're going for the Panda again. Misha is absolutely ruthless in this game thus far, and is just doing damage and work over and over again here. Yeah, Alarak also with another combo attempt, as you can tell. And Alarak is at 133 sadism now. 120 stacks on the level 4. Muradin has completed his baseline quest, so he has the cooldown reduction that he can use against Misha, of course, too. But level 16 is only half a level away. And this is an issue. Now, of course, those guys will attack the mid lane a little bit before anything else happens. Up at the top, the fight continues. They're looking for the kill. Moshpit, by the way, is ready again, so he could try and interrupt. He does it. Interrupts, buys himself some time. But then again, the Wailing Arrow is there, and Anti-Hero dies. ETC is down. They want more, and they get more. They take Misha down. Muradin still fine. Down at the bottom of the map, catapults are on the core, or at least a few of them. Everybody else is trying to head back. They're still fighting at the top. Saving grace for the red team is that we're not late in the game, so the catapults don't do enough damage yet. They get 1 kill, they get 2 kills. And at the bottom, they're losing HP now. They need to send someone back. It was fine at first, but now they're running in trouble. Someone needs to head back, and they need to head back soon. No mana over here anyways. They're still trying to push, but the core is now down to 50%. Make it 48. Another set of shots gets fired, and the core at 43%. They could technically backdoor. Top lane gets pressured at the same time now, though. Team Arthas going for the fort and dropping it. The fort is down, and Cassia is busy in the middle of the map attacking the Immortal. Game is not over by any means, but they did a lot of damage to that core. 8 kills to 6 now. Team Arthas picked up a lot of kills, but it came at a price. It came at a high price. They lost more than 40% of the core here. Now, the fight and the game, not over by any means, but of course now you have to make sure that you're not losing another battle. If Team Arthas at any point loses a team fight and loses more than 2 heroes, the game's over. They can just go cross-map and go straight in for it. So at this point, what are we going to see? Level 16 is ready for the 2 teams. The gap has more or less been closed. Feigned Death is ready. Alarak with the mocking strikes here. And we got Muradin with the big engage on the dwarf launch. Yeah, also, now after we saw the enough to share initially, the combo strikes are in. And it's party time. This is for all the marbles. Win the fight, you win the game. There's your chance. They're trying to come in with the light bomb. They connect the first one. They try to go for Rexa. Big damage. Good silence coming out. Alarak in trouble. Goes away. Tries to go towards the fountain. But in comes Muradin. The Stormbolt. He went too deep. Denado. The full-on int of Muradin. They kill Anduin, they kill Muradin, and that might be the end of the game. They're starting to go cross-map, and they are starting to veer off into the middle all of a sudden. In an attempt to go for the play here, what are they going to go for? Do they go for the objective? Call was made to go for core, and then they changed it, decided otherwise. They want to go for the objective instead and play it safe. Better safe than sorry. Not int on the core. They were able to get 2 kills, but Muradin way too aggressive in this last one. Denado was going way deep. Baited. Heavily baited into 2 towers and also, a fort. Way too much for him to handle. Alarak is the only one that hasn't died yet, by the way. Yeah, Arak has not fallen yet. And here comes the Immortal. They're going topside this time. Topside Immortal. Let's see where they're going to go with this one. Yeah, red team is looking for the engage. They want to force the fight, but the Immortal is on the move. Misha sniffing all of this out and trying to slow them down. But there we go. Big Immortal incoming. They can't afford to lose another keep here, but how will they stop it? That's the bigger question. I mean, it's just, the chase is on. They're chasing all over the place right now. Coming in through the top now. The blue team finally joining up with the Immortal itself, and here comes, oh, the Valkyrie, and Brightwing is dead. The Fruit Fly gets melted away. Team Arthas packing out the Fly Swatter and ending the life of the Fruit Fly and its entire family. And the keep at the top is still alive. They saved the keep. That's not too bad for a game where we thought, hey, it might be the end after the two heroes died. 75 stacks also for Cassia. Our girl is starting to get some serious damage done. 162 sadism for Alarak. 44,000 damage for Sylvanas. 42,000 for Cassia. Game is not over, but again, these bad boys are getting stronger and stronger and stronger now. So you gotta deal with them, and you gotta deal with them quickly. You can't allow them to get onto the core anymore. We're 17 minutes into this game, and with only 43% on the core left, you don't have a lot of wiggle room here. This is an awesome game 3. It really is. Super nice. Early 20 for bad lads. Yeah, not quite a level away from it anymore. But, yeah, let's see what else we're gonna get here. So, there's the pull again. Stork ate a lot of damage. Gotta be careful there too. Alright. Let's have a bit of a look. Here's a chance. Oh, Alarak! Moreno nearly going down. Triple Panda, they can fall back. Anti-hero, the Valkyrie, they get another kill. Can they get a counter kill? It doesn't seem like it, does it now? Team Arthas, the crazy Russians are in with all the aggression again. Look at it. They're jumping the shit out of the fort. They're trying to go for Alarak and finally take those sadism stacks down. There's the hit, and Brightwing dies. God, I love it. These guys just never give up. The Russians, they always do the same thing. Honestly, it doesn't really matter if the Russian team members change. The spirit of the team is always the same. It's like, go ham. Team YOLO right here. And I love every single second of it. Now with 43% on the core, there's always the danger of a backdoor. And the bad lads, they have to think about it, right? They gotta think, hey, how do we dealing with this? Do we give them the halftime show and then fight for the real thing? Or do we just at some point try to backdoor? How exactly are we gonna make that play? There's a level 20 now. Muradin, no fucks given. Jumps in right away. Says like, yeah, what you got? 2 of you are down. I got everything. They steal the camp away. They can't die now. Blue team can't die. That's a disaster if they did. Instead, they're trying to go for the kill against Chendo, but they can't quite lock it in. Level 20 now on both sides. And Alarak, he has the deadly charge now. He can charge in. We got the deadly charge. We got the invisible friends. The kill command. And also the level 20s on the side of Team Arthas. Rewind is ready. Halftime show over. Glyph of Faith. Yep, it's getting dirty over here. I like it. 10 kills to 10. Level 20 to level 20. And of course they're taking the bot lane catapults out. If they can somehow get catapults onto the core, the game is theirs. And they know it too. So here we go. This is the chance. This is the opportunity. 168 sadism for Alarak. 120 stacks on the 4. 32 stacks for Muradin. 87 for Cassia. And it is time to party. Big wave at the top, plus a camp. Down at the bottom of the map again. They stole the camp away, so it was a nice move from Team Arthas. Honestly, if not for the camp that they stole, this would be a bigger problem. But now they can fall down here, can do a little bit of damage. And it's invisible friends. Hello. Are they going for it? Misha is checking this one out. Yeah, they're looking for a setup. And they're always threatening the bot lane a little bit too. To say like, hello boys, we're here. What are you going to do about it? Now, how many catapults do we have? 2 catapults, third one coming in, 1 on the counter. Top side, yep, the keep is taking damage. Guys, it is insanely close. Need to take that catapult down and defeat the shaman, of course. ETC up at the top. Brightwing already coming back. No, not like this. No. Not like this. No. ETC trying to find a good spot here, and then bam, they come in with a double stun. ETC gets absolutely crushed And that might just be the end. Or do they get a counter kill? No, Misha gets attacked. There's the jump. Alarak, Rack, light bomb, deadly charge. He tries to get away. Oh, what the hell? Sylvanas was at the bottom of the map. The top keep has fallen, by the way. Catapults, 2 are on the core. That's not enough. One of them is nearly down and Sylvanas is already headed back. They go for the immortal. No way. What is this game? What is this game? This is insane. This entire series, like, are we sure this is the first round? Are we really sure this is the first round match? They are just murdering this. What the hell is going on here? That kill against ETC was such a brutal one. Oh my god, the choke point, the storm bolt, and Trashwing is down again. Swamp Grotta, he's in trouble. The deadly charge. Rack is just saying, alright, I gotta do it solo. They're trying to escape with Racksign, they do, but there's the sadism stacks all gone. Ala Rack got wrecked, and well, this is the end of Liming. This is the end of the game. They did it. They did it. They did it! Team Arthas, they are crushing this late game. What the hell? How did they pull that one off? Nicely done, great kills, and somehow they managed to pull it off. 14 kills against 10, 3 heroes down on the other side. What an insane best of 3. What a crazy best of 3 to start all of this off. They come in, they take it down, and that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. Team Arthas with a victory against the Bad Lads in the first round of Masters Clash Qualifier #1.